CSX challenge reduce the function reduce text on array and reduces the element to a single value. The reduce function loops through the array and applies any operation that you can put into function to each element in the array while keeping track of the outcome of each loop. In this way, we could use reduce to do things like sum all the numbers in the array or multiply them all together. Blah 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 blah. Construct your own reduce function that offsets an array, callback and initial value then and returns a single value. Alright. So let's just start by declaring a function reduce that will take your parameters. It's going to take an array, callback, and initial value. I'm just going to initial. So we're going to declare a function reduce, and it's going to take an array, callback, and initial. In the code block, what I need to do first of all, reduce only works on array. So I need to check if the first argument is an array, and if it is not, return error, throw error. If it is, you need to define the accumulator, and if accumulator is not defined, I will need to reassign the accumulator to be the first element of the array. And then iterate through the array and do the callback function on each element, while by reassigning the accumulator to be the invocation, the accumulator with the current element, and lastly return the accumulator. Alright, so you are going to need to use, so what I'm going to be using here is an if statement. If the I'm going to be using the MDM method. Array is an array. It's an array method. It checks if the argument here, if it's an array, it's going to return true. If not, it's going to return false. So I'm going to use an array method is array, and inside there I'm going to be putting the parameter. If this turns out to be true, I need to let's do the other one. If this is this, otherwise I'm just gonna return first arg needs to be array, over here. If it is, define the first next to that I need to define the accumulator. First start by defining the accumulator. If it's not accumulator, if initial value. If the initial value is undefined, so if initial is undefined, what I need to do is I need to reassign the accumulator to be the first element of the array. So accumulator will be the array at the 0 index, and I also need to slice the array from the first index. to avoid doing the callback twice for the first element. So I'm going to reassign the array.slice. Alright, so that's done. Else, if the initial is actually defined, the accumulator will be the initial. Alright, after that, iterate through the array and to this one. So I'm going to be using a for loop, a for each method for the array, and inside there I'm gonna declare a function, and it's gonna take an element, and the accumulator will be the callback function of the accumulator and the element as well. And lastly, just return the accumulator. Alright, should work. Test it out. Alright, there you go.